The immortal John Hancock here, and today I'm talking about some new 8-bit aftermarket games hitting the scene, and these are available on Atari Age, or you can just contact me directly. The first one I'm not involved with, but I purchased a new port for the Atari 8-bit computer line, and that is Bobble. Okay, and this was done by username Vega123, I do believe, and another user is offering this from Chile, and essentially I wanted to unbox this and show this amazing port and awesome packaging of this new Atari aftermarket game, as well as kind of just mention that, hey, I offer an 8-bit game of Blockam Sockum, and it's ready to go. It's ready to ship. It's on hand, and I want to show that briefly in the video. I love talking about these aftermarket games, so sit back, relax. Here we go. So here it is. Looks fantastic. Has that Atari XE box style, and this is a great port. I do believe it's based on the BBC Micro version, as well as I think the manual is taken after the ZX Spectrum version. So I'm comparing it to an original XE box. It's a little bit thicker, a little bit bigger, and wanted to show that. Fantastic. You know, these aftermarket games, very small market. You know, I looked online and there's not many of these have sold. So, you know, you're getting something very unique, and you can put this on a shelf and people can ask questions about it. Anyways, it I do believe uses an Atari Max cart, so there's save features, and anyways, looks awesome. So there it is. There's the completed cart, and it comes with a black and white manual, and yeah, shows the information. It's got all the arcade goodness here. 100 stages, 1 or 2 player. I'm going to show a 1-player game, and just show it running on my Atari 130 XE with an S video cable, just straight up, no mod or anything. Looks awesome. Anyways, even has a load screen, which is going to take people back. Do you remember these? In the comments, let me know. And let's jump in. I mean, Bobble is such a timeless classic. There's several versions of it, but there wasn't an Atari 8-bit port of this. So people who are brighter than me are able to code and put this together, and it's just fantastic. So I really just wanted to show this and thank the people involved and jump into the game. Here's the credits, and you know, this was just offered online for free, and then another user got permission to do a physical release of it, as there's collectors out there, and collectors like physical releases, keeping physical alive. I know there's a lot of fans of physical releases that watch my channel and want to know about these oddball releases that get sneezed out and are offered usually by one person, that, you know, if you don't sign up on the forum at a particular time, you snooze, you lose. Here's the music of the game. Such a brilliant action puzzle game, and this takes me back. I've played several versions of this, never played this version though, so awesome to see this running on a very old computer, and running very well, by the way. And so fantastic port of this. Really like to see these type of projects. You know, what else is going to come to the Atari 8-bit? It's really having kind of a resurgence of aftermarket releases. It's nice to see that. And you know, I'm playing this, by the way, with a wireless CX40, which Atari offers. I did a video on that as well, comparing it. Intech Gaming, I do believe, offers their own version of the wireless controller, which is not bad either. I give the nod to the Atari one. It's like $5 more. But yeah, going back to Bobble here, it's got, looks to me, all the bells and whistles of the classic arcade game. 1 or 2 player, all the extra, you know, there's even the level warp, there's the candy, there's the enemies, there are all the stages here, all 100 stages. Yeah, love it. Great to see that, you know. And you know, if you're a fan of these types of projects, you know, it's really cool to be into this and to just see what amazing games are offered. And the Atari 8-bit line is, I do believe it's underappreciated. I think it's sometimes in the shadow of the Commodore 64, which commercially was more successful. But, you know, the Atari 8-bit computer line was around a long time, and there's several amazing games on it. So it's nice to see that it's still supported. There's a mini version that's offered from Play On if you're wanting to jump in and see kind of what the Atari 8-bit computer line offers, and many games you can get on digital. I eventually will offer my Atari 8-bit computer game on digital. Would like to sell through at least 50 copies of my game and then offer it on physical for those that want to go that route. But stay tuned for that. And anyways, just gonna show my game after this, but wanted to show, several stages of the Atari 8-bit computer line, as no people might be interested. Hey, how does this run on Atari 8-bit? Well, here you go. This is how it looks. Capturing this on an Atari 130XE with S-video cable using my RetroTink 5X, and eventually going to be upgrading to the 4K version of the RetroTink, which I do have on hand. I just haven't had time to unbox it. And I did the warp here. That's cool. Kind of a little homage to Space Invaders here. That's really neat. And that's kind of cool. A lot of different just bonus features in this game, and that's what I loved about Bubble. There was just a lot of extra things and goodies that you could uncover and discover per stage, and some things kind of randomly appeared, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. But what do you think of the comments below? Have you played a version of Bubble? What's your favorite version? I'm sure many people grew up with the NES version, which is fantastic, but there's some other versions out there that are brilliant as well. And if you understand the limitations of other hardware, you will fully appreciate this version of Bubble. And I'm really glad it's done, and love seeing these projects, and will continue to support them as I can. I have about probably half a dozen aftermarket Atari 8-bit games that I purchased. Scorch is another one I picked up. I do believe The Last Squadron, I did a video on that. Brilliant game, as well as many others. I need to pick up some others as well. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Atari 8-bit and aftermarket games. I've done a couple hundred aftermarket videos on my channel. So here is Blockam Sockum for the Atari 8-bit. This is sharing the same box as the 5200 version. Fantastic box. Look how awesome that box is. It comes with a protector and one of 4 colored carts. I had a white cart. I only made a few of those though. But anyways, and the color's random, so you don't get to select your color. Here's the manual, full color manual. And thank you to the Atari Age members who helped me complete this. Here's quick gameplay. My 5200 game video shows more gameplay, but there's different block patterns and some awesome features in this game. I want to thank all who are involved. Here's the pattern gameplay, and that's put in for people who are colorblind, by the way. This is a puzzle game that people can play who are colorblind. A nice additional feature. Fantastic. There's a lot of additional scoring options in this, and it just turned out awesome. I just wanted to show some quick gameplay. As of all the homebrew projects that I've been a part of, this might be one of my favorite. I had an absolute blast working with people on this. And what do you think? So if you're interested in Bubble, you can go to the Atari Age forum and put your name in, and hopefully they'll contact you. That's what happened to me. These are made in very small batches. This is old school. This is how aftermarket games used to be sold, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago. You just go to a forum, you put your name in, and wait for the person to contact you. And pretty awesome. Turned out fantastic. And then the other one is mine. And that's the Atari 8-bit version of Blockam Sockum, which uses the same box as the Atari 5200. And same gameplay and it's fantastic, and hope you enjoy these types of videos. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you like what you see, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.